Hello everyone, it's Miriam from Yarnwork Studio, and today we're going to do another round of turning this into a batt. So this time, if you want to see my last one, you can go, I'll put them all in the same playlist. This time we're doing the second iteration of the Guts Club that I have from Melly Knits. So if you're not familiar, I'll have details in the description, but I'm not going to go through it in detail of what it is this time. But this month's kit, and again, this is the Sommelier, or Sommelier, if you will, Firefly Guts Club that comes every other month. So this one is 70 grams Gotland Lamb mixed flock from a farm in Washington, and then 40 grams Rambouillet from a farm in, I'm going to say, North Dakota, and then 5 grams of Peduncle silk. And what I have here, I have picked it. So once I receive it, I pick it. So I kind of pull it apart. And I have picked it more than I did the last time because Melly herself told me that she normally picks more, makes it a little more fluffy and cloudy than last time because she watched my last video and then we chatted lots about it. So I got a lot of answers to questions that I had about how she was doing it. But this month, what I've done is I've actually split this fiber into 3 batches. So what I'm making should be around 35 to 40 grams total, including it's 30 something of this one, which is the Gotland Lamb, and it's got a couple different color shades, and I tried to grab a good mix of the color shades. And then this is the Rambouillet, and I've got, I don't remember, it's like 16 grams, 12 grams, I don't know. I did the math before. And just 1.1 and a bit grams of the Peduncle silk, which has like a really nice sheen. I'm interested. I've never used Peduncle silk before. It does kind of remind me of Tussa silk. And then the other difference, in case it comes up, I decided not to use my headphones for this one so that you can maybe hear a little more of the carding. But I am in my basement, which may make noises with the furnace or other things as we go. So without further ado, we're going to get started. We're going to use my drum carder. I have a Brother drum carder standard, which from the comments last time, it sounds like it's better for me to do sort of 25 to 35 to 40 grams on it at a time. So a couple of the things, and what I was saying in the last video is I am not an expert on this by any means. And one of the things that people were saying is that I should combine it in different ways or try doing, like when we mix like this, one of the things people said were try doing like strips of all of one fiber type together and then all the other ones and then put them together. Other people were saying kind of layer it like I was doing. I actually chatted with Melly directly, who is the provider of this beautiful fiber club, and her approach is generally to put just sort of random bits of everything all together. So I'm going to try that. But the other tip that I'm definitely going to try in this round is also, and this is like that kind of make it into more of a cloud, is the sandwich approach. So she said she just puts like bits in there together, and then some people, including her, were saying you can sandwich the silk kind of in between. Now last time it was sari silk, which was really messy and really got stuck on my liquor drum, which is this front drum. So we're going to try this and give it a go. And basically, again, I am not an expert carder. I'm obviously a learning carder. So we're going to try this and we're going to see how this goes. So that went on nice and smooth for sure. Pretty much nothing on the liquor, which is great. One thing I'll say, when I was picking the Rambouillet, especially, it's my first time picking Rambouillet or having Rambouillet, which is a soft fluffy cloud one. Rambouillet anything, which I love spinning braids of Rambouillet. I like the bounciness. This is what I actually picture when I'm like talking about wool, is this fluffy area. You can really kind of draw it out in these really sort of interesting ways. And it just feels bouncy. It feels like it's got good energy and everything. So this is what I picture. It's kind of like that cotton ball structure. The Gotland Lamb is really actually, it felt really condensed, but it was really actually nice, in my mind at least, to pick. So when I opened it up like this, and you're getting extra bits out of this one, it opened up really nicely, and I think it's going to be really beautiful. All right, let's try this little sandwich here. So also keep in mind, my carder, I had a couple questions. So I just got this recently. I bought it. And I decided to go with the 90 TPI. So TPI is tines per inch or teeth per inch. And it's really the spacing on it. So higher TPI means there's less space between them. And I kind of feel like 90 is definitely the lowest I would go. I wouldn't go any lower than that because I do want to be able to do some of the finer wools. I really, really enjoyed the merino in the last one. What I did after that video was I ended up taking some of the just raw locks and putting them together just with their pure breed, not mixing them together. And I did really, really, really like the merino and working with the merino and carding the merino and everything. So that's something where the finer the wool, the higher the TPI that you can use with it. I feel like I absolutely would have been fine with a 120 TPI as well, based on what I like to card up. You can see the licker's pulling a couple sort of short bits off, which is great. I'm already loving this. I'm going to keep going and do a few more sandwiches like that. I'm going to stop the video so it doesn't become like this super long video, and I'll come back after the first pass and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so we are back. You can see kind of what's on the liquor. There's definitely some small bits, but not very much on the liquor. And here is the first pass of this combination. It definitely feels very soft. There are a couple, like I can feel a little bit of VM in here and there, but I'm going to strip it and I'm going to do another pass. This was another area where a lot of people had feedback on what I should do when I strip it. So stripping it just means kind of ripping off pieces like this. So one of the things I'm going to try to remember to focus on is, first of all, kind of drafting it out more. I definitely got more comfortable with that process. Like I was definitely opening it up a lot more, but I think I'm also going to draft it lengthwise first, because I was definitely kind of holding and pulling it back a bit too. And so now I can just kind of lay it out like this. And then let's see what happens if I just go straight through with no pulling. That was very smooth, because what was happening last time was I was getting some stuck on the liquor. Sorry, I'm shaking the table while I'm doing this. And that was mostly because I was pulling on the fiber, but also because the sari silk was messy. So if you're not sure what video I'm talking about, it was the very first Melly Knits Guts Club that I had, which was from, I want to say May, and then this one was from July. So I guess I should have done a little spoiler warning. Oh, I didn't draft this one. Guys, I forgot to draft it. I just talked about how I'm going to pull it a little bit more apart. All right, I'll come back after this pass and let you know how it went. Okay, checking in. Second pass. So there are still some areas where, you know, the silk isn't well mixed in, but the floofiness of the batt is definitely intact. And this is only second pass. Like the last one I felt like I had to do, I think I ended up doing like 6 or 7 passes total. So this is feeling pretty good. I'm going to do one more pass and check in on the little bits kind of like this. I really want them to be well blended. I just worry that the silk is maybe a little bit too fine to get properly picked up. So I might even just hand pick some of this out and then paint it right onto the main drum. So we'll see. So let's just rip some of it. It's definitely super lofty. What I'm noticing is because I started my spinning journey with comb top, as most people do, and as you probably should. Not that there's a right or wrong way, but it's just everything's aligned. It's a lot more accessible to get, things like that. But going from that to raw fiber that is being processed in a batt in a really lofty way, not compressed. The volume of it is amazing, and then the ability to long draw and just kind of watch it melt in front of you is just so good. So we can see here like one of these pieces of silk I'm talking about. That's the Peduncle silk. So maybe I'll start with this piece and just first draft it because I forgot last time. Okay, I'll come back when I'm done this round. Okay, we've got the last piece of this third pass going in. So I figure we'll get one more round of just hearing it, and then you'll get to take it off with me just in case it's the last one. A little squeaky in the handle here. I would say definitely having the less on the carder is working really well, making it really easy to pull off as well, which I was struggling with when I had higher volumes of fiber. And also drafting it out before I feed it back through for a second pass and subsequent passes. Definitely good tips, great tips that are working well for me. I'm just gonna make sure I'm picking up as much fiber off the drum as I can. We can also do a check and see how dirty it is after. But let's see if this is gonna be the last pass. It's definitely gray, but I knew that going in because it started gray. Sometimes it surprises me what color they end up being. But this one is just making sense. Okay. Here we are. I actually think we've got really good distribution. I don't see any parts that just like have clumps of silk left in it. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm excited to spin it up because like you never know until you spin. And I feel like Melly had me nervous. She had me thinking that there was going to be like a really tough one. So maybe there'll be some interesting aspects of spinning, or maybe it's just going to glide off. But generally I would say my impressions of this are, I really love the combination. I mean, Rambouillet is one of my favorites, like I mentioned. Rambouillet and Polworth are my favorite braids to do, but this has been just a dream to pick. Very quick compared to last time. The last one was a Coopworth Corriedale blend that took forever to pick, and like other people were asking me if I took forever with it too, and I was like, yep, I did. So let me just roll this up a little bit. I don't have like that beautiful batt rolling aesthetic that so many people have, but I can at least bundle it up like this. So here's the finished batt, and again, this is 1/3 of one of the Guts clubs, and I actually have 2 packs each time. So This is 1/3, well, technically 1/6 of everything that I have for this. So let me set this here. Try to do it aesthetically, but that's probably not going to work. No. And then I'm just going to lift this up so we can see how much VM came out. Not bad. So you can see the dirt here. Don't worry, that big piece is just a paint chip there. Not too much actually compared to the last time. The last time had a lot more. I think because the last one had some dark brown locks and it's harder to see the dirt in that. So more is going to fall out while we card. But there we go. Melly Knits Sommelier. This is my second delivery. So the second one from it's bi-monthly, so every other month. Fibre Guts Club, sub-wash wool that she hand scours, and then bundles up and sends it so that we can learn as we go, which is the absolute most fun part of anything that I do related to crafts. So I can't wait to spin it up. If you follow my Instagram, that's where you'll probably see it first. I did post a story. Whoops, there we go, hitting it again. I did post a story of the last this or that we did, which was the first Guts Club. So if you want to go and see that, I call it a story, a YouTube short. There's a short up in case you missed it on my stories. And yeah, if you want to see this finished yarn, I'll try to remember to also see if I can add it to the playlist. I'm just not 100%. Ooh, I'm just now seeing there's a little bit of silk there. But I may put it once more through, but I think it will stay pretty much the same. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are getting to do something crafty today, especially if it involves fiber or yarn, which is the absolute joy of my day, every day, aside from my kids and like all that stuff. You know what I'm saying. All right, bye.